Hello from the Dugascopy TV studio in Geneva. We are covering the topic Forex market. How has it changed over the last 30 years with Gilles Thorens. He is managing partner from Whitebox Technology in Geneva. Gilles, welcome to the studio.
Hi, Daniel.
Whitebox Technology launched a liquidity management tool, which among others monitors and documents liquidity providers and trading conditions. So what made you decide to offer these services?
Originally, I used to work for another competitor during many years, and so I work for another trading platforms and with customers, so with professional customer, retail customer also, but some hedge funds also, and some of these guys were trading big volume. They had the trading size, they were trading ticket size between 10 and 20 million. And they had trading volume between 1, 2 or 3 billion euro a day. So of course for them the big concern that they had was the spreads. They were basically always claiming about the spreads for ticket size of 10 million. They said, yeah, you promise us 0.7 pips or 0.9 pips, and now I just saw 1 pip for a ticket size of 1 million, of 10 million, sorry. So for us it was very difficult to judge and to analyze the flow that we receive from our different liquidity providers. So and to give also them a correct answer, because I don't know if you know that, but we actually these days you receive per second between 100 and 500 prices per second, and this is very very difficult to audit, to analyze. It's sometimes more even, doing figures, economical figures, this amount goes up to 1,500 ticks per second. So this is very difficult to analyze. And there's actually no tools in the market, or it was no tools in the market to answer correctly to these investors. So with a few partners, we decided to launch this Whitebox terminal, which analyze the flow from different liquidity providers, not only the top of the book, but also, every single prices we receive for ticket size of 1 million, for 2 million, 3, 5, 10 million, 20 millions, even more. So with that, you get a report, and you can use these audits or these analyses to go back into your providers and eventually claim if you are not happy with the pricing you receive. So and this tool is dedicated for professional traders, corporates, private banks, trading platforms, why not? And some similar tools exist, but that do not analyze the complete market depth. So this is the reason why we decided to launch this terminal.
And so if we talk about the Forex and have a review, so how did it change over the last 30 years? What are your thoughts about that?
Well, when I started trading in 1983, I started trading at Swiss Bank Basel. The price, for example, in dollar Swiss, the dollar Swiss was quoted at 7 pips, 8 pips, 10 pips even. Today we're talking about half pips or 0.2, 0.3. So the price is reduced dramatically over the last 30 years. The trading tools has changed also. Before we used to trade over the phone. We used to trade through voice brokers, and also even through telex. So the times of execution was between 3 and 5 seconds. With the telex, actually we're talking in milliseconds. So thing has changed in terms of times execution. Maybe so. Yeah, 1 year later, I think it was 1984. We received our first Reuters dealing. This is a tool, something similar like WhatsApp. Everybody knows WhatsApp today. So you could, of course, we had no smartphone at that time, but we were able to trade instantly with other counterparties all over the world, in Hong Kong, in Singapore, in New York, just by putting the code of the bank you wanted to call, and asking me prices in 10, 20 or whatever. And so that was basically the big change, but 30 years before WhatsApp. And probably the Reuters dealing attract probably 1/3 of the volume. You still had voice brokers. You had also direct lines with big market makers, and the volume was done mainly through these tools. Until 1994, I think, came the EBS, electronic broking system, which has been developed by big banks like Citibank, UBS, Deutsche, I think. So these or those big names were, because they saw the volume which basically went through into all the voice brokers. So they thought, why not developing their own broking system? So in 1993, we started to trade via EBS, which basically attract probably half of the trading volume, half of the daily trading volume. Something I think it went up to $500 billion a day. And that last until 2000 with the first e-trading platforms like the one that we know today, like the one from Liquidity. I'm not sure who was the first one. Maybe the big names like FXCM or Saxo Bank were the market leaders at the time. They're still active, and then a few other names came like Liquidity. So the trading has changed dramatically. So actually you don't trade over the phone anymore, or unless you are a customer and you want to ask some for advices. You want to ask your personal advisor, but otherwise you trade directly through trading platforms, which was not the case before.
Was it different to be successful then, or what did it take to be successful then compared to today?
I think the reason of the success today or 30 years ago, 20 years ago hasn't changed. What you need is, top information, to be well informed. And of course, market makers are much more informed than, retail traders or, somebody behind his desk, even if actually, everybody receives more or less the same kind of information. But if you're sitting behind your desk, you don't receive the same kind of information. You don't see the flows, which is going on, via a big book like, UBS or Citibank. They see what customers are doing. They can analyze this flow and react instantly. It was the same before, but we didn't react in milliseconds. We react, 10 seconds later, 20 seconds later, or 5 seconds later. Actually, you have algorithmic tradings, and the machine are digesting the flows they receive. So computer, the machine, we're not talking about matrix. And things hasn't changed. I wanted to say the top 10 market maker or the big hedge funds, they still receive confidential information, or they see the flows, or they talk each other. They see the flows that retail traders will never receive.
Mm-hmm. So if we go for today, how do you think the Forex trading will evolve in the future?
So when I first started, I think we can easily speak about a trading volume from something like 500 billion a day. Actually, we're talking about 3 to 4 trillion. According to the BIS, looks like these numbers will continue to rise over the next few years. So I wouldn't be surprised to see an increase of this volume. On the other hand, what I think what will change is more and more, market maker, big liquidity providers like UBS, Citibank, Deutsche, RBS, HSBC, they will pay more and more attention to the flows they are received. So these providers don't like toxic flows from systematic tradings, from high frequency tradings. So more and more, they are analyzing these flows to avoid, getting hurt very hardly. I'm sure that everybody remember what was going on 2 months ago with the SNB. I think some of the big market participants has lost a lot of money. So, and because I don't think that the volatility will stay as low as the last few years. There are in the world many political tension, geopolitical tension, especially in Eastern Europe, in Middle East. So I wouldn't be surprised to see more volatility coming within the next few years, like like 30 years ago, 20 years ago. You know, when today, when we're talking about a big move, when the market is moving 1 or 2 big figure, everybody's shocked or everybody's surprised. But you know, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, the market was moving 10 or 15 big figures a day, and nobody complains. So I think that volatility should eventually rise. In terms of market condition, trading condition, you know, we arrived down to, you know, the spread actually are almost nothing, especially on the big G5 currency. So I don't think that the spreads will improve dramatically. I think that, you know, more volatility should occur within the next few years. I wouldn't be surprised to see more moves coming ahead of us.
Gilles Thorens, thank you very much for sharing your expertise with us today.
That was a pleasure, Daniel.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And thanks for watching. Do make sure to keep clicking back on the Dukascopy TV website for latest updates and exclusive interviews. Have a great day and see you next time.